When Arjun Mehra stepped out of the yellow taxi and onto the cold, gray pavement of New York City, he felt both excitement and fear. It was his first time outside his small town in India, and everything felt big, too big. The buildings reached up to the sky like they wanted to touch heaven, and the people rushed past him like they had no time to breathe. He dragged his suitcase through the main gates of university and followed the directions to the hostel. Room 409 was where he would live for the next few years. As he climbed the stairs, he told himself he was ready for a new life, a new world. But nothing could have prepared him for what was waiting behind that door. The door to room 409 was slightly open. Arjun pushed it gently. Inside, the room was dark. The curtains were closed, and the only light came from a small red bulb in the corner, giving the room a strange bloody hue. A figure sat on the lower bunk bed, facing away from him. "Hello?" Arjun called softly. The figure turned. He was thin, almost sickly, with pale skin and deep black eyes. His hair was long and unkempt, and his lips curled into a crooked smile. "You must be Arjun," the man said. His voice was low and dry, like leaves crushed underfoot. "Yes, and you are?" "Call me Derek." There was something wrong about the way he said his name, like it wasn't really his. But Arjun, trying to be polite, just nodded and began unpacking. That night, Arjun couldn't sleep. Derek didn't sleep either. He just sat on his bed, staring at the wall, muttering in a language Arjun didn't understand. Over the next few days, things got worse. At first, it was small things. The room was always cold, even though the heater was on full. Arjun started hearing whispers at night, soft and breathy, like someone whispering right into his ear. He'd wake up and find scratch marks on his arms, even though his nails were trimmed. He tried to ask Derek about it, but Derek just smiled and said, "The room likes you." One night, Arjun saw Derek standing in front of the mirror, whispering and cutting his arm with a small knife. He drew symbols on the wall using his blood. Arjun gasped, and Derek turned slowly, his eyes completely black. "It's not your business," Derek said calmly. "They won't hurt you if you don't interfere." Arjun finally confided in Mrs. Thompson, the hostel warden. She was a kind old lady with white hair and warm eyes. But when she told her room number, her smile faded. "Room 409?" she whispered. "That room should have stayed locked." She told him the story of Ethan Crawley, a student who stayed in 409 5 years ago. He had gone mad and killed his roommate before setting himself on fire. Since then, strange things kept happening in that room. 2 other students had left the university, and one had been found catatonic, rocking back and forth, whispering Derek's name. Arjun froze. "But my roommate is Derek." Mrs. Thompson turned pale. "That's not possible. Derek died 5 years ago." That night, Arjun returned to the room, heart pounding. He opened the door slowly. The walls were now covered with dark symbols, some drawn in blood, others carved into the paint. Derek was sitting in the center of a circle made of bones and candles. He looked up and smiled. "You're just in time," he whispered. "They want you too." Arjun tried to run, but the door slammed shut on its own. Derek began chanting in that strange language, and the room grew darker. Shadows moved on their own. A voice, deep and ancient, filled the room. "You will join us. You will feed us." Arjun screamed. When he woke up, he was in a hospital. Mrs. Thompson was beside him. "You were lucky," she said. "Some students heard you scream. They broke the door." Derek was gone. The room had been sealed again. No one spoke of it. But Arjun knew the truth. Arjun moved to another hostel. Things returned to normal. He made friends, studied, laughed again. But sometimes, in the middle of the night, he would wake up and find a small piece of paper under his pillow. Each time, it had just one sentence written in blood. Room 409 still remembers you. One evening, Arjun got a message from an unknown number. Come back. Finish what was started. Against his better judgment, he returned to room 409. The door was open, just like before. The room was dark, the red bulb still glowing. Derek was there, smiling. I knew you'd come, he said. But this time, Arjun was ready. He pulled out a small pouch his grandmother had sent him from India. Ash from a temple, tied with red thread, blessed by a priest. He threw it at Derek. Derek screamed, his body writhing, turning into black smoke. The walls shook. The symbols began to melt. A roar echoed through the building. And then, silence. Room 409 is sealed permanently now. No student is ever placed there. Arjun graduated and left New York. But sometimes, when he looks into the mirror late at night, he swears he sees Derek standing behind him, smiling. Because some rooms never forget, and some nightmares never die.